We're going to try this again because I went through and made all these fabulous videos and my microphone wasn't on for some reason because the default setting on this thing isn't to have your microphone on for some stupid reason. I don't know. But anyways, hi, happy Friday. These are algebra notes for 2-3. I apologize that it's taken me a while to get these out to you. So today we're going to talk about negative exponents and exponents raised to other exponents. So first, little review from last time. You can multiply and divide exponents that have the same bases. And again, when we're talking about those bases, we mean that base that's being raised to an exponent. So negative exponents. Excuse me, I just ate breakfast. Negative exponents are the reciprocals of positive exponents. So let's look at that word reciprocal. We did talk about that in Unit 1. We talked about it as the multiplicative inverse, actually. So reciprocal, again, if you're unsure about that. Reciprocal, that's a terrible arrow. Okay, let's try that again. Boom. Reciprocal just means that you're flipping that fraction. So for example, if you have negative 2/3, the reciprocal of that negative 2/3 is 3 over negative 2. Notice how I did not change the signs. I didn't make it positive because it was a negative. All I did was flip the fraction. So keep a mind out for that. So in order to make negative exponents positive, we're going to move the placement of it. Okay? So to make negative exponents positive, you move it accordingly. That's a terrible accordingly. Which means if it is negative on the top, then it would move to the bottom. And if it's negative on the bottom, that would move to the top. Moving it is what makes it positive. Moving it is what makes it positive. Okay, sorry, that was a lot of bit of writing there. Okay, so if I'm looking at x to the negative a, well, you might be freaking out because that's not a fraction. Well, how can I turn anything into a fraction? Turn anything into a fraction by putting it over 1. So I'm changing the placement of it. I'm switching where it is. That x to the negative a is on the top of my fraction. So to make it positive, I'm going to move that x to the a to the bottom. And when you move it to the bottom, that is what causes it to become positive now. So it was negative on the top. I moved it to the bottom. Now it's positive. That's exactly what this little blurb here means. If it's negative on the top, when I move it to the bottom, it's positive. Negative on the bottom, you move it to the top, it becomes positive. And I can't have nothing on the top of my fraction, otherwise it wouldn't really be a real life thing. So that 1 just has to stay on top of the fraction. So now in this next piece here, this next little example, we have 1 over x to the negative a. So in this situation, the negative exponent is on the bottom of our fraction. So to make that positive, we're going to flip it or put it onto the top of our fraction. And again, when we're moving it to the top, putting it on the top is what causes that that negative to change to a positive. I could put 1 on the bottom there, but we know that anything divided by 1 is just that anything. So I've got that x to the a. One last thing we want to just keep in mind, that when you are doing these problems, the directions are going to tell you to simplify. And it's important to realize that expressions are not considered simplified if there are negative exponents. So when your directions tell you to simplify, that means you should not have any negative exponents in your answer. We're going to take a look at the examples in a different video.